As soon as you reach Torment 1, one of the first things you should focus on is unlocking as many legendary aspects as possible, because this is what allows you to start putting your build together properly. But here's the problem, legendary items don't drop as often as before, especially when you are just starting out in Torment 1. The early endgame progression feels much slower now, and sometimes you can run around for a while without getting the aspect you actually need. But don't worry, I have got your back, because there is a very simple way to farm legendary items much faster, and this can help you unlock more aspects, upgrade your Codex, and also get possible gear upgrade at the same time. But before we jump into this guide, this video is sponsored by Senior Unlocks. If you want to instantly stack your character with gold, runes, gems, boss material, or even speed up your Paragon leveling, check out seniorunlocks.com. They offer plenty of options for Diablo 4, Path of Exile 2, and more, with multiple gaming platforms with fast delivery around 20 minutes, with a 4.9 star rating on Trustpilot. The link is in the description, and use code DCSK at checkout to get 5% off your order for a limited time. Now, what you want to look for is a Nightmare Dungeon from War Plans with the Dark Omen affix. This is very important, it needs to be a Nightmare Dungeon from War Plans. You cannot just craft your own Nightmare Sigil and expect the same method to work. It has to come from War Plans, because you are trying to find a War Plan Nightmare Dungeon that rolls with the Dark Omen affix. Once you enter the dungeon, check the affixes. If you see Dark Omen, that is the one you want. With Dark Omen, while you are inside the Nightmare Dungeon, a random boss can spawn and start hunting you. It can be Butcher, Kicksuck, X-Foe, and another dangerous boss enemy. And the reason this is so good is because when you kill this boss on Torment 1 or higher, it can drop legendary items, and sometimes you may even get a unique item as well. So this is basically killing two birds with one stone. You are farming legendary items for aspect, but at the same time, those items can also be direct upgrades for your character. And honestly, at Torment 1, these bosses are not too bad as long as your character has decent gear. You don't need a perfect build, you don't need fully optimized masterworking, you just need enough damage to kill the boss and enough survivability to not get deleted immediately. Once the boss spawns, focus on killing it first. After you kill the boss and collect the loot, you have two options. You can continue clearing the dungeon for extra loot, experience, and material. But if your only target is to farm legendary items as fast as possible, you can leave the dungeon after killing the boss. However, here is the important part. Do not kill the final boss of the Nightmare Dungeon if you are trying to repeat this farm. If you complete the dungeon, the War Plan activity may finish, and you can lose that specific setup. So after killing the boss, teleport back to town, reset the dungeon, and then use War Plans to teleport back into the Nightmare Dungeon again. You can enter a fresh version of the same Nightmare Dungeon with the Dark Omen affix and farm the boss again. This lets you repeat the loop and farm legendary items much faster than just randomly running around the sanctuary, especially when you are still early in Torment 1 and desperately need aspect for your build. But again, the hardest part is finding the Dark Omen affix in the first place. Since the Nightmare Dungeon must comes from War Plans, you may need to run a few War Plans activities until you finally get a Nightmare Dungeon with Dark Omen affix. Sometimes you get it quickly, sometimes it takes a while, so you need to be patient. Once you find it, that's when the farming begins. After a few runs, your inventory should start filling out with legendary items. Some of them may be good enough to equip, but most of them should be salvaged at the blacksmith and turn them into aspect to your Codex. This is why the farm is so useful. You are not just collecting random legendary items, you are slowly building up your Codex, unlocking more aspect, and improving the roles for the aspect you already have. Before you salvage everything, always check if the items is actually useful for your build. If it is a gear upgrade, keep it. If not, salvage it and let it upgrade your Codex. Now, other than farming Dark Omen affixed Nightmare Dungeons, there is another good way to speed up your aspect farming, and that is through the Bartering Vendor. At the Bartering Vendor, you can sometimes purchase aspect caches using pale marks. These caches can give you more legendary aspect without needing to rely only on dungeon drops. To make this better, you should level up all your mercenaries to at least tier 5, because this helps unlock more aspect caches in the bartering stock supply, and if you can push them to tier 8, that's even better, because you can unlock more useful caches in the vendor pool, such as boss summoning caches, masterworking caches, and other valuable options. So while you are progressing your character, don't ignore your mercenaries. Level them up at the same time, because they are not only useful in combat, they also give you pale marks. And one thing many players forget is that pale mark can be seed unclaimed on your mercenary reward track. So open your mercenary menu, check each mercenary, and claim any pale mark you have not collected yet. After that, go to the bartering vendor, restock the supply, and look for aspect caches. If you see them, buy them. This is a very easy way to speed up your aspect collection, especially when you are missing multiple important powers for your build. So this is one of the fastest way to get your build online after reaching Torment 1, especially if you are stuck because you don't have the right legendary aspect yet. So if your character feels weak right now, don't panic. You may not need a mythic unit. You may not even need the perfect gear yet. Sometimes you are just missing the right aspect. Farm the Dark Omen Affixed Nightmare Dungeon, salvage the legendary items, upgrade your Codex, and your build will start feeling much stronger very quickly. That's all for this guide. If this helped you unlock more aspect and fix your build, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.